Hey, what's up guys, Bajheera here. This video is going to be going over some of my favorite exercises for growing my arms and shoulders. And these exercises are things that I'm pretty sure just about everybody can do. If you've had shoulder problems or if you're really young, I definitely recommend you would, trust yourself on this. And if you're young, don't use a whole lot of weight, but you can definitely get used to, having your shoulders bear a little bit of resistance. But I didn't go too heavy on my shoulders until just recently. I've only really been increasing the weight on my shoulders, but just that, first of all, just that overhead press, it's really nice. Just make sure that you are putting the pressure on your shoulder muscle, not necessarily your shoulder joint, or you don't want to focus too much on it being in your chest or your triceps. You're really trying to focus on squeezing that shoulder muscle and having that be what is pushing that weight up. And then I'll switch over and I'll do some hammer curls, and I'm doing full extension. You want to go all the way down and flex your tricep on the down motion, and come all the way up, really squeeze that bicep on the top. And I'm doing maybe like sets of 12, I think. As your weight goes up, I generally like to do maybe only 10, just to make sure that I'm using enough weight, because for me right now, I am having a little bit more fun keeping the rep ranges around 8 to 10, 6 to 10, and how you get to the point where you can only do 10, of course, is you increase the weight enough. So that's the kind of weight range I'm at. But rather than focusing on what weight I'm doing right now, what I'm more interested in doing right now is showing you exercises that you guys can do, and you can tailor the rep ranges and the weight to whatever your goals are. I mean, obviously, higher weight is going to be for more strength building. If you only want to do like 5 sets of 5, that's going to be a pretty good strength number. But if you're looking to build some muscle, you might want to get your reps up a little bit more, give those muscle fibers a little bit more chance to fatigue, wear out, and then repair and grow. So what I'm doing here is I'm just switching back and forth between shoulder press and hammer curl, and I'll do, I think 6 sets of this. But since I'm doing shoulder raises are pretty much like the anchor of my workout, so I will do 6 sets of them, but I will usually do a couple sets leading up to them as warm-up, and then sometimes I'll even do a couple more sets at the end or throughout my workout just to keep the shoulder muscles feeling good. And then what you see here is I'm doing some hammer curls, but I'm also bringing them in so that my palms are facing up at the end of it, which just flexes the bicep just a little bit differently, and I'm just sort of alternating it to get a little bit more just stimulation of my bicep, and just because it feels pretty cool. And I'm also practicing, I'm trying to really keep that tension on my bicep. There's a tendency a little bit to, squeeze with your shoulder or the front of your shoulder or the back of your shoulder and try to have that help with the movement. But if you allow yourself to maybe do a little bit lighter weight and really focus on having your bicep do all the work in that curling motion, you're going to get a lot more out of the exercise. So now this is another really good shoulder exercise. The press works, to the middle, to the front, to the middle of your shoulder. And depending on how you do these, that can do the same thing. But for me, I really envision these, and I try to squeeze with the middle part of my shoulder. And you do those out. Keep your elbows high. Keep your arms really rigid so that you're not getting any sort of little bicep action in there. You really want to make sure you're using your shoulder on those. And so now I'm going to flip over here. I'm going to get a curl bar, and I'm trying to keep the curl bar a little bit out in front of me so that my bicep does all the work there. I could be a little bit tighter on the control of this thing, I think. I feel like I'm not throwing it around, but I feel like I could be a little bit more slow with the movement, especially since I'm using a little bit lighter weight. But that's okay. Still really good. I like to not alternate necessarily, but I like to mix it up between using dumbbells and a bar, because I don't know, you get a little bit different action out of both of them. But I'm gonna transition back and forth between these little flies, these little lateral raises, and doing curls with the curl bar, just because I don't know, I really like that mix up. And on my arms and shoulders day, that's exactly what I want to do. You get a little bit of shoulders from your push day, and you get a little bit of biceps from your pull day. But for me, I know my shoulders need a lot of extra work to grow, so I do have a special day just to give the arms and shoulders a little bit extra love, because I do want to keep my arms in good shape too. And I don't actually do any sort of curls or anything like that on my pull day. I just do a lot of rowing and pull-ups, which is good for your biceps, definitely. And I think that if I could only pick one thing, I'd definitely rather do pull-ups than curls. But hey, if you can have like a fun little workout day where you're just going to the gym and putting on your Razor shirt, and going to the gym and doing some curls and some shoulder press, and then sure. And of course, you gotta finish it off with some tricep pushdowns, finishing off that you know, your bicep, tricep, shoulder muscles. And you guys, you know, I'm sure you've seen this exercise before. You see me do this exercise. You see me probably do all these exercises if you keep up with the gym videos. But this is what I like to do for my arms and shoulders. You guys keep asking me if there's some basic exercises that you guys can do. And these things, as long as I mean, you can do all these exercises. Just make sure that you start off a little bit on the lighter side, because you don't want to go too heavy, because your shoulder muscles, especially if you're younger, you younger guys out there, definitely be careful. Your shoulder muscles are growing. And like I said earlier, I didn't really start doing heavy shoulders until I was, you know, in my 20s or so. But I definitely encourage you guys to get in the gym. And if you're a little worried about your shoulders, then don't do the shoulder stuff. Just do some bicep curls, do some triceps. Just get in the gym, have some fun. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!